If you can take a little bloody nose, maybe you ought to go back home and crawl under your bed. It's not safe out here. It's wondrous, with treasures to satiate desires both subtle and gross. But it's not for the timid.
You're listening to Comics Podcasting on the edge of civility.
All right there, Billy Boy. Put that microphone on. Get yourself liquored up. And get ready to talk some comics. So, we got some startling nerd news today.
Oh, super.
So I guess we should get it out of the way, talk about it. Bobby Drake is gay.
What?
Yep. Apparently, young, all-new X-Men, Bobby Drake. Not Uncanny, the young one. Yeah. Jean was just minding her own business, poking into people's brains like she usually does because she's got no goddamn control or sense of propriety or anything. And she just says, Bobby, you're and he tries to write it funny with her giving all kinds of weird hand signals and shit and funny expressions.
Right.
And then she just comes out and says, "You're gay." Why do you say I'm gay? Because I can hear it in your brain?
So the character that's been dating women exclusively for 50 years.
Yep.
Who they've made a point of, not because there are characters, what was it? In the New 52, they decided to have the original Green Lantern be gay.
Oh, yeah. Alan Scott.
Yeah, but that was a character who has not. I mean, isn't Iceman dating Kitty in one of the other books simultaneously?
No, Kitty started dating Star-Lord.
Okay, good God. But he was up until that point.
Yeah, just a few months ago, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Just a little while ago. And, of course, the reason that it's okay is because of his, quote, string of failed relationships. And I'm like, dude, I can say that. And I'm not.
Okay, fair enough.
You've seen my relationships. I mean, if by that rationale, I should have 3 dicks in me right now.
Now, so is this causing a huge uproar?
Quite a bit, yeah. There's already tremendous articles about it and all kinds of justifications and all kinds of assholes being assholes about it. And I'm like, fellas, I don't even know what to say about this kind of stuff anymore, man. Hey, they had a couple of writers talking about, well, maybe he didn't know and it was deep in his subconscious. And I'm like, well, then Jean shouldn't have been able to know it because psychic leakage, so to speak, is
not deep in the subconscious.
Surface, because it's leakage. And I just Jean Grey just can't stop fucking up. I know she's from the 60s, but she hasn't had a lot of time to learn how things work now. But, I mean, even in the 60s, would you just blurt out in the middle of public somebody's sexuality? That's not something 60s people would do, would it?
Who knows? Like, shock is shock. It's unexpected, particularly since he's probably been macking on her the entire time. It is a very strange. I don't have a real problem with it. The first statement, I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. But again, they're revamping everything these days, so sure, okay, fine. Bobby Drake is gay. Is that necessary? I'm not sure of that. Is it unnecessary? I'm not sure of that either. Obviously, they're trying to open that up. He's a core X-Men. He's a character who doesn't have a historically successful relationship that would interfere with that.
Okay. I see where you're going.
So, I mean, fair enough. They haven't damaged anything by doing it. Like, if you were to suddenly make Spider-Man gay, and suddenly, so the years of Mary Jane romance and marriage and, you know, Spider-Gwens and Spider-Benjaminas or whatever Spider-Girl's real name was.
Yeah.
It would be wrong. Like, you can't destroy it. But, you know, Bobby doesn't have a history of, like, positive relationships anywhere. It's like a bunch of giant fiascos go horribly to the wayside. Like, what have you lost by him being gay?
Well, the other thing is, you know, just
and
because
I'm
you're
not
bad
saying
with
that
women,
in a negative sense. I'm saying, what have you lost in comic history?
Yeah.
Like, there's no... Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
But it just doesn't sound right. So let's
But
be very clear.
when people are putting this across, they're saying that, you know, he's failed because he's gay, not there's nothing negative lost because he's gay.
Right. No,
which just doesn't... sometimes it works, I guess. Some people are like that, I suppose.
Maybe he's bisexual.
No, she came out. She said, "You are gay."
Yeah, but how do you know? Like,
huh? Well, and that's what was on the page, man. It got leaked, so to speak. Everything's leaked nowadays. It's horseshit.
Well, you know, he's probably like he has always followed Scott Summers in the combat. Maybe he's been checking his butt out the entire time. Would explain why his ice powers never really get anywhere. It's like, oh, create an ice goblin. Oh, that's a nice ass.
I don't know about
slide. You know,
no. I would have thought he'd have been closer to Angel, though.
That's true, and that's a very pretty man. Like.
All right.
His name is Angel. Of course, it's a very pretty man. Like, if Booster Gold or Blue Beater came out as being gay, would that bother you?
Both of them?
One of them.
No, because it wouldn't change anything fundamental with them.
And that's my point. Like, who cares? It's a little shocking because it doesn't fit with our idea of the character.
Yeah.
But we're losing nothing by it and possibly gaining something. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like, you could probably get some good stories.
Not even story, but, you know, like, there haven't been a whole lot of iconic gay comic book characters. Sadly. Like, the NorthStar fiasco.
And he was never, honestly, unless you were an Alpha Flight fan, you didn't give a shit about
exactly.
NorthStar.
And even then, most people didn't. Like, that guy was like you go back to the core Alpha Flight team, and that's a stupid sentence. NorthStar still wasn't checking in at the high end for anybody. Like, what, the bitchy dude who fly, like, Quicksilver with ears?
Quicksilver with ears. That's amazing. I'm kind of curious, though, if they do make that a permanent thing, what the hell happens when he goes back to his own time period?
Probably, I would assume he dates men, but, you know.
Aside from that, because now he's back into the timeline where he did have all those failed things. So was that a cause or was that a result?
Well, I think the key factor would be what happens to Iceman now. Like, because if he isn't,
then he's just a copy of Bobby.
Or a separate timeline, you know, because you're talking about time travel. So this opens up the horrible time travel door.
Well, the other thing is, I mean... no, you know what? I'm not even going to go down that path because that's just stupid.
What's that?
Well, I mean, we all know that, you know, it can't matter if he's a copy.
What?
Well, because it's not a choice.
Oh, good point. Well, I mean, there are all sorts of arguments there. I mean, it's obviously not a choice, but who's to say that a copy couldn't have different feelings than the original, or a different timeline version? You know, it's like all those horrible Elseworlds annually. Like, here's Nazi Superman, and here's Swedish meatball loving
he
Superman.
might act upon it differently, you're saying?
Or he might, you know, like, at its core, like, maybe they both have had thoughts. One timeline version goes one way, one timeline version goes the other. There's nothing wrong with either. But, so,
That's
really...
what I said.
Really, what it comes down to is the biggest change will be what happens to Iceman. Current.
I don't know. It's a very weird play to make this late in the game, especially when they're destroying everything. So, I mean, are they doing it to just do it because they know everything's restarting and it won't matter? Or, because this Secret Wars thing, I mean, every time I read Brevoort's Tumblr,
Right.
he says, everything dies. And when
a fact.
people question him on that, he's like, well, what happens to this timeline? Or what happens to this universe's version of hell? Does this character have something happen to him? And all he answers with, everything dies.
Everything dies,
So,
baby.
I mean,
that's a fact. But maybe sometimes everything can come back. Put your makeup on, get your hair all pretty.
I don't know
and
what
meet
you're
me
talking
tonight
about.
in Atlantic City.
I don't know.
It's a Bruce Springsteen song.
Oh, well, that explains why I don't know.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Fuck that. That dirty ass, growling fucking blue collar fuck.
What the fuck?
The boss. I'm in charge, but I'm one of you guys. Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus H.
I needed to get fucking stupid right there. This is getting too heavy.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Let's talk some comics.
Okay, what do we got?
What do you think? How about that? Spider-Woman number 4.
Spider-Woman!
Now, at this point, Jess is hanging out on the confusing pirate ship, still, with some Fabio'ed Namor version, which kind of creeps me out just a little bit. Gwen, Silk, and Spider-Woman 2 have just kicked some ass, which was pretty cool. Why are you taking all the books?
I'm going to flip through for once while you read off your reviews. I'm going to be you. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Hate, hate, hate.
Summarizing, not reviews.
Monkey, monkey, monkey.
I don't like you anymore. Spider-Verse is over, but the group does some pillaging anyway, just to go have some fun and shit. So, Jess leaves to hang with Carol and tell Cap that she's quitting, although I'm not certain she idolizes him quite as much as they had on those pages there. Jess has had personality problems, and she ain't necessarily been the strongest type A, but I think she knows Cap enough where she knows she could bring something like this to him and not have to get all nervous about it. Do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, Jessica Drew is somebody who makes enough drama out of everything, regardless of whether it's required.
That is true.
So, and of course, there's a random, Venom dinosaur attack. Or
Oh,
whatever the
yeah,
hell
which
that
was
thing.
fun. I enjoyed that.
But old school Cap is awesome. But Jessica
Now go
Drew,
home and get your fucking shine box.
Jessica Drew is simply a character that cannot take the easy way ever.
No,
It's
that's true
always
as well.
Complicated. But it was a fun start to the storyline. It's already revamping into a new line. I know a new artist takes over. Is Hopeless continuing as a writer, do you know? Or?
I didn't even look, but I'm pretty sure yes. So,
But it did a good job of reminding us about Jessica and Captain Marvel's relationship.
Yep.
And moving her away from the spider world into the more overall superhero world.
which would be nice, because we need another individual street-level motherfucker out there. She wants to be her own hero, and she wants to get smaller, doing more personally heroic stuff for people.
No, it's
people, not for universes.
It's a good level piece, and it's nice because you do have, now you've got Silk and Spider-Gwen, so moving her as, yes, I'm a spider hero, but I'm in the more not Peter-related, Peter-centric.
Right. Yes. Very good way to put it. It's Peter-centric. So I'm looking forward to the continued adventures of Jessica Drew.
It has been a solid book so far.
Yeah. Confusing through Spider-Verse, because I'm like, when is this happening versus when everybody else is dead? But, it's over now, so we can move forward.
And indeed we shall.
Booyah.
To the next book on the list in point of fact.
She-Hulk, number 12.
The final countdown. In which...
No, I'm not doing that. You got to stop doing that, because you know that I get stuck into it.
Yeah, of course, man.
That's why you do it, you bastard.
Night Watch, the superhero no one ever heard of, turns out to be a super villain no one ever heard of.
Right. Because years ago, shocker, Vibro, and Dr. Druid were in Dakota in collusion with this Night Eater. Now, the thing is that Night Stalker, or Night Blast, or Night Fuckhead, or whatever the hell he is now, wants to wipe out his past so he can go straight. And he seems relatively sincere about it, but the method he's taken is like, no, dude, no.
I'm going to slaughter everyone to free myself.
So that everyone will think that the Night Eater is gone, so that now the Night Stalker can, actually move forward and be heroic. Because I want to be a hero, damn it!
I need to be a hero.
Night Watch, that's what it was. So the whole book is the repercussions of that. As the repercussions of that. One person got out of that town. So one person still has a memory of Night Watch, of being Night Eater. Night. I don't care about night people. Stop calling them night everything. Now, Jen, this of course makes Jen very, very mad about implanted memories.
As well she should be.
So there's a huge fight about that, and the end of the book, I mean literally the end of the issue, is really kind of blah. I was like, so? I didn't give a shit about the last 5 pages of this book, man.
It continues on nicely. Like, it establishes, I'm going to continue to be a lawyer. And, yes, I fire you for being a weird assistant, but I'm going to keep you because I need you for this next case. Let's get it on.
Blah.
I mean, obviously, it wouldn't have ended this way if they hadn't known the book was ending. But it established, it was, in the end, you're going to miss She-Hulk. It was a solid read. It was well done. It was never going to be a book that sold a ton, however.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. It never has been. So,
you know what? The original... I don't know. I mean, I thought the Burn Run did okay. And
it did last 80 issues, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was around for a while, and then the slot one lasted another 50 or so.
Only 30-something, I think, actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
because once you put Peter David on something, if it's not Hulk, it just kind of... If it's not Hulk or X-Factor, it just kind of goes bloop.
Madness.
So we got some really excellent books next.
Yes, what do we got?
Got Miss Marvel, 11 and 12.
Miss Marvel finally ends the Edison storyline.
And I'm kind of happy about that.
Dude, Edison the Talking Cockatoo is the greatest character of all time. And you can quote me.
I will not quote you on that. I think I wrote these backwards, though. Oh, yeah, Showdown 11. Showdown with the Inventor. Naki has been kidnapped, and the other kids try but fail to assault the giant robot. Kamala shrinks to enter the robot, which is cool because she's discovering new powers.
Yeah, no, that was very neat.
The Inventor hits her with an EMP and starts the robot's gears. Which, oh my god, will Kamala be crushed? We don't know. Tune in next page, because we'll find out.
And
Lockjaw rescues her, and the cops show up. The Inventor tries to, get away, of course, because he's a villain. He's got to get away, and he may be crushed by the robot. The cop is pretty cool, though, and Kamala really has it. Really has hit. Oh, she's finally understood just how important her secret identity is. That's my handwriting fucking that up royalty. No, she gets it. She's like, I'm on the streets of my own town. This cop doesn't know me. If he knew me, my pop would fucking annihilate me. Things would be terrible if this cop took me home and said, Mr. Kamala's father, sir, you need to take her and show her not... keep her off the streets, goddammit.
No, it was very strong. It was nice to see Lockjaw step up and save somebody.
It was.
So that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed the fact that the Inventor passed away. And not because I want to see, an awesome bird genius die, but because it allowed Kamala to see that there are consequences of actions, even when you do the right thing. Sometimes the result is not positive, as well as the fact that it established that she's learning, and she didn't recognize the threats, and like she knew, like she had to save the kids and whatnot. But doing the right thing and saving everybody still means that sometimes people die.
Yeah, the gravity of it hadn't really connected just yet.
Like, I really didn't know Wilson as a writer, but I can't speak highly enough about the depth of this book. It's so well done. And then when they have the other supervillain in custody, the weird half-baked science guy, they're like, no, the inventor was a clone. Like, who do you think did all this? So we could see another inventor reappear.
Sure.
Possibly in a different bird form.
Would you want one in a different bird form, though?
I'm open to inventors switching birds all the time, man.
I don't know about that.
Inventor want a cracker? Come on.
Ouch. Inventor want to stop that. So in 12, young hot Loki is sent down to Jersey City, neglected by the gods. He's like, yep, we forgot all about Jersey City.
That was amazing.
So he goes to the Circle Q of all places, where Bruno is, practicing asking out Kamala.
Poorly.
Badly. His brother is jerky as usual, giving him shit about it. And Loki schools him very badly on wooing, however.
Well, Loki's used to not picking up. Imagine being Loki.
Yeah.
And watching Thor score with everyone. Like, his idea of a movie is like, I'm going to write bad romantic poetry. Of course it's not going to work out. Like, even, the only time that worked was on moron women from Vikingdom times. The ones that knew that Thor was never going to take that chance.
So he finds out that Kamala's going to be at the dance tonight. So he shows up and he spikes the punch with truth serum. Not even like magic Asgardian booze, but truth serum.
Magic Asgardian truth serum.
Well, sure. Now, there's the standard, how could you do that? Wow, I didn't know I felt this for you. What do you mean you felt this for me? I feel this for Bobby. Yep. I don't like you. You're an ass. All kinds of revelations and consequences. But then, at the end, Kamala kind of drives him off, but then also makes a bargain with him about protecting the school, setting magic wards about it, which is kind of brilliant. Because if she's got the kind of connection in Loki, then take advantage of that shit. Every time she turns around, the school is getting blown up, and it's not strictly speaking her fault, but she is around for it. So if she's going to play hero and keep things safe, then that's a great way to do it. Take advantage of the magic, baby. Right?
Mm-hmm. No, it's an awesome book. You have Bruno kind of declare, start to, and she's like, no. It's a slow build to the relationship where Bruno's starting to tell her and not really, and Kamala has no recognition of this factor and doesn't appear to see him that way yet anyway.
Right.
Which is great because it's not like, oh, hey, I'm a 17-year-old boy or I'm a 13-year-old girl, whatever the ages are. I haven't been able to judge particularly well the age range here.
I think Kamala's 15.
But they have again, I can't talk enough about how strong a writer Wilson is. And you look at so many books in the first 12 issues that haven't come anywhere near the build-up.
It is so difficult to find a consistent string of quality in the first year of any new book.
And we're not talking about some sort of established character. We're not talking about some sort of super awesome homemade world. We're talking about somebody in the Marvel universe, a brand new character,
right? And
they're killing it.
They're right on.
That's amazing.
Right on.
Name the last major new book, not like Saga or Revival where you can do whatever you want.
Right.
Where you have to follow the actual rules in the New 52, DC, or Marvel, that's been anywhere near as strong as this for its first 12 issues. With a brand new character. Nightwing? Or not
No.
Nightwing. What was the... Batwing.
I only read the first two, and that got canceled rapidly anyway.
Exactly. These books don't last for a reason.
New characters are really tough to bring in, man. You gotta hit the fucking home run right off.
Yep,
and they've done it. What the hell? You never mentioned what movie this is.
Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
Getting served one whole raw fish.
Well,
which he just digs into, which is not how sushi works, thank you. Jesus, fuck.
Might as well from my perspective.
It's quite good. Oh, don't be silly. You pedestrian.
Yes, I do walk. I do walk.
Anyhow, we differ on the next book quite substantially, where I laugh my ass off at Squirrel Girl, and you're just kind of like, eh.
There's some amusing things in this. I liked how she was able to... Actually, no, I can't even say that. I thought it was amusing that they used an actual conversation between Squirrel Girl and Iron Man earlier to build this whole thing up. That was pretty funny. Like her... breaking into Stark Tower was terrible.
It was not a great idea.
He gave me a password. No, he didn't.
Probably not, really, actually. But, Doreen kind of reminds me of Moss. I'm telling you.
How so?
Well, I get a vibe out of the two of them of oblivious brilliance.
There is a lot of that. I did think, like, squirrels being particularly sensitive to Galactus was pretty amusing. Like, that's funny. And
come on, Tippy-Toe slamming into the window. Come on, that was great.
No, there's some very amusing stuff, and like they're trying to build her as like a girl trying to be a normal girl and a squirrel superhero at the same time. I like the vibe of the book. It's funny, but it hasn't blown me away. Or like, oh, I can't wait to read the next one. And I think like the Kraven thing was kind of amusing. Galactus as the second villain seems insane. But I guess my problem with it is that the humor is like a light comedy book, but the writing is like this insane bizarreness. They're trying to do like a coming of age ambush bug, and it doesn't. The two tones don't always mesh as well.
That's kind of funny. A coming of age ambush bug, which you would buy in a hot second. Let's be real. Let's not lie about this.
Yes, more than likely, I would dive right into that.
The thing is, she and her new roommate are out looking for social clubs to join when hot guy number 1 comes through.
And what's more important than that?
He walks by and Doreen gets all squishy. Nancy embarrasses her, of course, trying to get them to meet, and I laughed. Like you said, Tippy-Toe realizes Galactus is there because he's sensitive as a squirrel to it. But was this the issue where they got the armor?
Yes.
Yep. So I thought it insanely funny that Tippy-Toe only needed the helmet and the glove. I laughed for a day about that.
That was pretty amusing.
I'm not even kidding. I laughed all fucking day about that.
It was a funny idea and a strong visual.
But I get the feeling that you just don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, I mean, I want to read the next one. I'll say that. I'm curious to see what Squirrel Girl does against Galactus and how she handles that. Like I said, I don't think the complete wackiness they're going for, the tone of the book quite suits yet.
All right, well, that's part of that whole need to knock it out right away routine. But, she's not a new character. She just hasn't had her own book yet.
True.
So, I think there's plenty of hope.
Oh, absolutely.
There's very little hope in Thor 5, though, because Odin's fucking pissed.
Yeah, but he's always pissed.
Well, I mean, he's really, really mad.
He's always really, really mad. He's a very angry person.
But the thing is, he doesn't really have any place to be angry because his spell is working as intended. It's doing exactly what he wanted it to do.
I disagree slightly. Like the spell, yes. Like obviously, a moral person has a hammer, and he should be fine with it. But if you make an enchanted hammer, you kind of want to know who's carrying it.
Well, all right. I can see that not knowing the identity of the wielder can be a tad disconcerting.
Now, let's be honest. Part of the reason he's pissed is because it's a girl, which makes him a dick.
Well, I mean, it's Odin, so that's him.
Yep.
But I am not surprised by in the least.
It is part of it is also the fact that like he just wants to know who actually is carrying the damn hammer, and he doesn't.
It's the intensity of it though that's kind of like, what, man? Come on, you have to take a breath and realize this person is a good and proper wielder, or it wouldn't work at all.
But you got to bear in mind too. Like I see your point. Like the spell works, so she has to be moral. That doesn't necessarily mean she should be carrying the hammer. Like she's doing a good job so far. But just because you're moral doesn't mean that you can necessarily kick Frost Giant ass.
Well, okay, competence will play a part.
There you go. So,
but he doesn't seem to be talking in that vein.
No. There are factors that would make his argument viable, but sadly, the main factor is pretty much she doesn't have a penis because he's Odin and he's a dickhole.
Now, what I rather enjoyed the fight with NuThor and Absorbing Man and Titania.
That was awesome.
That was pretty damn cool.
I loved it. I couldn't quite wrap my head around Titania giving up. I could see like her letting Absorbing Man go to jail because he's starting to check out other women. Like that was totally the character.
But then going with him, that might be a stretch.
Titania having a chance to fight a female Thor. Like, I got her whole, like, oh, it's empowered, like, you get a break this time. Next time, I'm going to go yard on you. That was, I would see her, like, gearing up to just punch her full in the face. Like, here's a chick, and now I can go head-to-head with a chick? Awesome. Doesn't that strike you as more...
That does seem more in line,
right.
Yeah. But this was a neat route to go regardless. So, subverting expectations is not usually a bad way to go if you can execute it well.
Right.
And I think he did.
Yeah, absolutely. What he really executed well was Thor going to see Sif and fucking up so badly.
She gets all mean and melancholy when she drinks.
What dude? Like, her man is an asshat. And then he has the temerity to accuse her of being the one carrying his hammer. Like, don't come back.
Like, as if she wouldn't tell him.
Just stay away.
She does dig the political changes in Asgard, though. So, then Freya visits NuThor on the moon, which is a neat place to have a meeting, I suppose.
And eliminates Freya from the...
Yeah, it takes her out of the running as the mystery Thor.
And did you notice that Thor did have my theory, Dr. Jane Foster?
Of course he did.
On his list?
Yeah. I still don't think that's it, but whatever. Odin finally says, all right, I've had enough of this horse shit. And I'm going to send the destroyer after her and see what shakes loose.
Yeah, but you're forgetting a key factor. He brought another friend.
Oh, yes. He grabs Tyre.
Nope.
To do that.
Not Tyre. Oh, he looked just like him. Kull, god of fear.
Oh, God, I forgot about him. I swore it was Tyre.
Because he looks just like, other than having two hands.
Yeah.
But no, Tyr's down in hell with Baldur. Remember?
I totally forgot that. But that reminds me. I stumbled across an article yesterday talking about Thor on Twitter. I found an article of the 10 greatest Walter Simonson moments in Thor. And every last one of them was exactly which ones you thought they'd be.
Nice.
And you know exactly what the number one was, too.
Well, it's got to be the all splash page issue.
Nope.
Thor turning into a frog?
No! Number one, the biggest, coolest, oh my God. The most touching. Let's put it that way. No, not
Death
touching.
Of Scourge?
Not touching, yes.
It was number one?
Yeah.
Dude, I knew it'd be top 10, but
he stood at Gjallarborn.
That's amazingly cool.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first thought, but I'm like, no one, like, because you and I talk about that. Dan the Man talked about that moment, like, but we've never run into a ton of comic book fans who talk about the death of Scourge.
No, it's true. It's true. Which is kind of weird and odd and off-putting because that's some amazing shit.
Oh, dude, so good. Like, think about it. It's so good no one has brought Scourge back.
That in itself says something. You know, because nobody doesn't come back. It's been almost 30 fucking years.
Yeah, and it'd be like that's an easy like getting people out of hell has worked a few times now.
Oh, I got to reread some of that shit.
Well, didn't you buy one of the omnibuses of that?
I bought a Visionaries, but it ended before that.
Ah, okay.
So, let's move forward, because otherwise we'll talk about fucking Walt Simonson all night.
And consider it time not wasted.
Cap number 4 is next in the list. There's a flashback to a fight where Steve notes to Sam that he feels that Sam is getting a little overzealous. Let me phrase it that way. And I don't think that's probably not something that happened. That's not an actual flashback. I don't think.
Not to like an issue or anything like that.
Yeah. So that was mildly off-putting, because I'm like, did that happen? I don't think that happened. It could have happened. It was the 70s. It totally could have happened.
They're trying to... well, actually, no. Maybe back then, yeah, there was a period where Sam was trying too hard to stay on point with Cap.
Yeah.
Like, that is conceivable. The thing is, they're really trying to build Sam's character up, and they've done it so often in the past in like little vignettes and small issues that you have to really have studied Cap to have a good run on Sam.
Well, that's true too. So where was I? So we finished that flashback and we cut to India, where Sam is in a slum looking for Zemo's bomb, and oh my god, he has to fight the fucking armadillo. Can you what? I am very curious about what went through your brain when you saw the armadillo again.
I always enjoy the armadillo because I love crap. But the armadillo has slowly become, like, he's this bad knockoff of the rhino. Like, the rhino being trapped in the suit. Like, the armadillo is trapped in his form. And they've constantly tried to get him out of it and try and make him sympathetic. But he's so lame that you're like, you don't care. It's like, I don't want to be an armadillo anymore. Well, of course not.
Who would? Goddamn Texas speed bump.
That is very, very bad.
Misty goes to confront Viper and Madripoor, but Cobra joins in, which was like, oh shit, it got real up in this shit, yo.
Gotta love Cobra.
Sam finally gets to Armadillo, who attacks Cobra. I don't know what is happening in this fucking book. They use magic to get to Florida and Moscow, because otherwise they're not getting there before the fucking bombs with fleas in it get there. Which is just like, really? More blood dispersal fucking routines? Was somebody talking to Snyder when they cooked this one up? Thanks, fellas. Sam fights Zemo, but gets emotional. Aha!
There it is.
Flashback to the prelude. A callback to the flashback. Which is like, really?
I'm not
fellas,
a hero.
You're gonna...
I'm a soldier.
Zemo just fucking stabs his ass. And it's not clear at the end of this book whether he's dead or not. Of course he isn't,
yes.
But it's really not clear. It's not out in the open. So, damn. This is some exciting shit. Except for the magic travel thing. It's pretty good.
No, it's definitely, like, I can't figure out how Remender was able to miss the boat on Cap so badly and do this well with Sam as Cap. But
yeah, it kind of drives me a little nuts.
Just like, however, Bucky Cap, Sam Cap, or Foul Cap.
I'll go with Sam Cap.
No, okay, Foul Cap it is.
Of course.
Capcom.
No.
But neither of them feel like Captain America. Like they're replacing, and they're obviously establishing Sam as a much better character overall and a hero.
Sure.
But it doesn't feel like Captain America.
No, it really doesn't, because there's just supervillains and giant problems, and there's nothing really involving Cap's philosophy on anything, or how he can be an example to the people of the nation, which is pretty much what you need to be if you're gonna be Captain fucking America. It just seems natural to me that is a requirement. You think?
Yeah, no, Captain America needs to be awesome. Captain America needs to be heroic. But you know what? Captain America, most and all foremost, needs to be Steve fucking Rogers.
I think other people can be, just as inspiring and all that. But it's the perspective. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here. He's the country. He's what we're supposed to be as Americans. We're supposed to look at a wrong and say, I'm not going to have that.
Yep.
And make it fucking right. Because that's what we as a people are supposed to hold. Because we say we hold that dear.
No, it's definitely true. Like Cap is iconic, and Cap is what we need to want to be.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to. Is Captain America.
And all these other replacements just haven't been doing that at all.
Well, I mean, Bucky was a Cap for a different America. Like, like that wants to be better than it is.
Okay, I can see that.
So, and Sam, of course, is phenomenal.
But there's just that extra bit that's still missing.
Right, you can't replace a hero with another hero. Like, it doesn't. It's never worked to the point where you're like, this is the same, because it can't be.
Yeah, but it can be closer. Because otherwise, it's just a guy in a different suit. So far, he hasn't done anything that he couldn't have done in his own suit with his own name.
It's true. It hasn't remotely felt, other than him using the shield poorly, it hasn't felt like Cap. Like, it just doesn't. It's
I am enjoying it. It's just not yet.
Yeah, it's just not, but I'll give him credit. Like, if they'd done a Falcon book, we would have been like, hell no! And it's been pretty goddamn awesome. By the way, I would like to state for the record that if Misty Knight went up against Viper, I'm not sure that I bet Misty Knight as clearly as they made Misty Knight whip her ass.
She does have the bionic arm, so maybe. It's hard to say. Misty from the street, yo. But I do like what he's doing with Zemo. Zemo is imperious and above it all and menacing and threatening. He's not just a jackass in a magenta suit screaming platitudes. And I like that in my villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyhow, how about another captain? Captain Marvel. Number 12.
Dun, dun.
So, Lila teleports Carol back after that little adventure in New York they had, which was kind of cute. But Teek's gone, and the ship is a goddamn mess. So
things
Jesus
have
Christ,
gone bad.
What happened while I was gone, guys? Where's the kegs you left behind, But she gets it back together, and the ship tells her that the Havensey did it all. They abducted Teek, they took the Flurkin,
Yep.
Chewie, and they're going to sell it on the black market or wherever. But the Havensey comes back, and Cap has just had enough of this shit. He's like, well, you messed up my ship, and I don't have any weapon systems. I'll ram you! That's a great idea. I will just fucking smash into you.
In space.
Which seems a pretty superhero thing to do around here.
Well, it definitely seems a Captain Marvel thing to do.
Ship's records give them a route to find Teek. So she calls Torfa, who failed to tell her not to use the endless envelope, and she's fucked up. She's trapped. There's a lot of neat physics, but again, she ends up attacked. I was quite impressed with Kelly Sue DeConnick's physics in this.
You scientifically, I have to turn to you. Like, I didn't really put any thought into that because I could care less. She is doing a great job with Captain Marvel. She is doing a great job with Captain Marvel. This was not my favorite. This was definitely sort of building up. But yes, like, even though there wasn't a lot happening in this issue, it all felt like Captain Marvel. It was all very strong.
Sure. Absolutely.
But yeah, if the science is up, I will totally believe that.
I like it. I was quite happy with that. That's fiction-y without being
fake.
Scott Snydery. That's the whole goddamn thing. So off we go to Silver Surfer 9.
Yeah, there's not a lot to say about it because
no, there isn't. That was everything that happened, and it was enjoyable. So, adding anything onto it might actually diminish any interest somebody has. So we'll move on. My God. Dawn finally understands what the Surfer is and what he's done. And she kind of demands an origin out of him for these acts of his past. As Dawn makes her final rejection, Galactus arrives.
But now,
And the Surfer rams him with a fucking moon.
which won't do anything.
But was damn cool to see. Here's a moon, Big G. Eat it. Wham.
That's hysterical.
I hope they didn't need those tides on that planet, though.
Yeah, I mean, going from that science to like right back to slot science, it's like, no, don't fucking whack things with a moon.
But Galactus is like, dude, you knew that wasn't going to work. Oh, where's your power? Because, I mean, who's going to stand against Galactus? It's like, I gave you that shit. I can take it back.
Oh, my God.
I am enjoying the living fuck out of all things Silver Surfer. I have not been disappointed once. I've been less entertained any given issue than any other given issue. Like this one was a 9 and this one was a 7.5, that kind of thing. But there has not been one issue of the 9 that I'm like, come on, fellas, what the fuck? Which almost no other series can get away with. So I'm impressed by Slott on Silver Surfer.
It's been insanely fun. However, didn't they establish at one point that Silver Surfer took him to uninhabited planets? Like the whole planet of survivors that hate the Surfer?
Well, I mean, yes, but he wasn't the only Herald.
But they're all saying that Surfer brought him to those planets. Maybe they've changed that. But,
that's one of those things you can never be sure of continuity-wise. Because every time somebody comes and puts their own mark on somebody, what can you do?
And, let's face it, like, that was probably the least believable thing ever. Like, oh, here's all these, tasty planet options that are completely uninhabited.
Well, all the thing only has to be capable of life. It doesn't actually. He doesn't need a population to feed him, because otherwise he wouldn't break up the planet. He'd just eat the people, right?
That's true.
So, rams Galactus with a fucking moon. Kills me. Kills me.
It's a fun book. Like he's made the Silver Surfer a fun read, which has never ever happened ever.
No,
ever.
It's about time Silver Surfer got a book that you can read and not either be utterly bored by the navel gazing or utterly depressed by the utter and complete desolation of space and general horseshit that you get with Marvel Cosmic.
That's hysterical.
There's no reason the Silver Surfer after 50 fucking years can't be fun.
Well, there is the fact that it's been established that he is a pretentious ass. Like, he is not fun. But having thrown that away, this is hysterically fun.
Well, you want to develop a character, too. I mean, if you just make him a template for angst, I mean, who wants to read that for any length of time? I don't. That's why I'm not buying any more Black Widow.
Oh, you're done?
No, she ain't on the order form this month.
What this month? You finally just broke?
Yep. I was like, I don't care. Maybe if it turns up again, I'll find a dollar bin somewhere. But it's just like, you're just not interesting me. It's whatever. But we're not on Black Widow yet. So in Superior Spider-Man 5, hello, I've made an error.
Oh, how unlike you.
Superior Iron Man.
I am 5. Iron Man.
You're never going to stop that, are you?
It's still a good song.
Yeah, whatever. So, Teen Abomination's mom used to work for Stark but got fired. Tony relates the tale of the Black Lama, whose name Abomination interprets because he's fucking 13. In a scene that did amuse me, but I found a tiny bit forced regardless. And what really blows my mind, though, is that Happy is his father.
That was hysterical. Like, because everything about it seemed to imply that it was Tony's kid. Like, you got a hot scientist working for Stark Labs, has a child with a coworker, runs off. Everything screamed.
It could totally happen in his drinking days. I mean, he does bang. He a banging motherfucker. But, aside from that revelation, and aside from that conversation about the Black Lama, it really didn't blow my doors off. I was kind of like, okay, well, whatever,
The book, it's growing on me a little bit, in that making Tony an arrogant ass who still wants to do the right thing is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But they're just out to ruin Tony Stark in every goddamn thing.
And it's totally the movie's fault, because everybody expects him. He's always pulled the "I'm smarter" routine, but I don't remember the Michelini, Mark Bright stuff being, I never felt him to be an asshole. I'll say that. I'll phrase it that way. He was not probably the most socially responsible person on a personal level, but I never felt that he was just a flat-out dickhead.
And why not?
Because I read it, and that didn't happen.
No, in the last 10 to 15 years, they've just made him awful.
Yeah, and it was because it was even around Civil War he had already had that well established.
Yeah, it's just they constantly make Tony like he was an arrogant dick. He was evil. He was a teenager. Like, they just can't. Of all the people who've gone through hell on earth, like, Spider-Man wins. Let's be honest. But Tony Stark,
Daredevil's a close second.
Tony Stark has had the most character development shit moments.
Too true. Well, that leaves us with a THOR annual.
Your favorite thing in the whole wide world, annuals.
I skipped one. I skipped the Wonder Woman annual this year.
Yeah, you just couldn't bring yourself?
I don't know if I want an annual. I need to cut something somewhere. And annuals, they were literally brought out so they could sell 13 issues a year.
They'd get more for them back in the day.
Yes, and they worked to make them worthwhile, but that's not happening anymore.
Hey, even back then, they really weren't usually worthwhile. Like, there was a lot of reprints in them.
Yeah. Especially the Marvel ones. So in this one, we have old Thor with a nice story where the Thoriers 3 recreating Earth with flying sharks. I liked that story. I was amused by it. I thought that even the bitchy, upstart, fighty granddaughter...
I thought the dynamic between Thor, and it didn't go the way he thought it would, where he was going to freak out.
Yeah.
He was pleased, they did a good thing, and yes, the flying sharks were hysterical. It was a really strong little story.
Right. Now, with current Thor, the Warriors 3 take him out for adventures and bonding. And drinking. And adventures. And drinking.
It's true.
There wasn't a whole lot that actually happened, though. So they're just like, let's beat this guy up. Here's a troll. Let's get him. Nothing happened in this story.
Well, they established that you had a couple little... Again, like, they're showing that NuThor is not dumb. Like, she knew that they were testing her, and she didn't have to do any of it. Like, she did it because it sounded like fun.
Yeah.
And so the Warriors are like, we're fooling her. She's doing all these things on this quest to prove that she's not actually Thor. In the end, they believe in her. So a positive is established, but at the whole time she's like, I'm doing this because, like, why the hell not? Like, I get to fight trolls and hang out with super Vikings.
So it was good.
It was okay. It was definitely, It was probably... Well, no, the next one is probably the weakest of the three, but also the funniest of the three.
Drunk young Thor has a drinking contest with Mephisto. Now, that one does seem like an old-school annual story.
Except there's way more vomit in this one.
Yeah, and I'm getting sick of seeing people puke everywhere, man. TV, movies, fucking comic books. Stop making people chuck. I'm tired of it. And there's our title.
CM Punk, the ex-professional wrestler turned current MMA starting fighter.
Oh, is that who that guy is?
Yep.
I had no idea. I'd seen his name in a couple of places, and I'm like, why do I give a shit about this guy? Why are they making it such a big deal?
I guess he's a big comic book fan.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that makes a bit more sense now.
And having the artist from Chew draw it.
Yeah. Wow, this Sergeant Kabuki movie is weird even for a trauma flick. That's saying a lot.
All trauma films are weird.
Now, this one is way the fuck out there. So I had a lot of fun with that. We got 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man again, 14 and 15. It's the final battle, and Karn, whoever the fuck that is an inheritor that takes the spider's side.
Karn is the brother that was banned by the father, and he's come back and he's like, you know what, like, yes, I eat spiders and, you know, I get power and whatnot, but my family sucks so badly for banishing me to nothingdom forever and a day that I'm going to side with my dinner.
Now, at this point, the inheritors are still after the child, whom the spiders have creepily replaced with Peter Porker.
That was awesome.
That was
like, wait a minute, I've got the sky on. I'm a naked pig.
It's still pretty creepy, though.
Son of a bitch.
It's out of some goddamn place. A fucking mech shows up. I don't even know how that happened.
They introduced him a while back. One of the spiders was like Johnny Sacco Spider-Man.
Oh, you don't even like Johnny Sacco. Why would you mention Johnny Sacco?
Because you love Johnny Sacco, and I needed to use references that you'd understand.
Otto kills the Weaver of the Web of Destiny, which everybody gets uptight about. And they should, but maybe they get a little too uptight. I don't know.
Well, that came a little bit after this. Like, the whole resolution it's very neatly done. And I didn't love the fact that they basically lost no Spider-Man in the huge final battle.
Yeah.
Like, after tons of them getting tortured and murdered every time these guys showed up. It's like, well, in the big fight, we're all going to win. I did totally enjoy Spider-Man breaking the father's soul crystal thing.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But I don't know. If those ones they exiled, if they don't find that bunker, then they have straight up murdered them. Because they can't live in that world. They will die if they don't find that bunker.
But they're in the bunker in the end, eating like the mutated spider things. They show them having dinner in the next issue.
Did they?
Yep.
Oh, well then all right. Everybody says goodbye one at a time as everybody's portals close. But Otto starts ripping up the Web of Destiny because he won't have this shit.
Well, remember, certain people cannot return.
Yeah.
Because...
well, Spider-Gwen can't.
But also, Anna, Spider-Girl, or not Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman Anna, and British Captain Universe... Captain Britain Spider-Man.
See, there's way too many fucking...
Yeah, exactly. Because you're building a whole Spider-Verse team.
Way too fucking many, which I won't be reading, thank you.
Yeah, dude, there are too many Spider books. It's getting out of hand.
It has gotten the fuck out of hand. But, Otto starts ripping stuff up because he wants to guide his own future, and he doesn't feel that if the web exists, he can do that. So, somewhere along the line, there's a dagger of prophecy that I don't even want to know what they're going to do with. Really?
The word prophecy is ridiculous. Like, the whole Karn... Like, I love the fact that Dr. Spider Octopus
Yeah.
made a play at the end. Like, you know, wait, no, I'm the better superior. And I love the moment where Peter's like, I'm the superior Spider-Man while kicking his ass. That was cool.
That was good.
They made a likable team in that book that I'm literally never going to read.
They turned that guy into hot dogs in shoes by taking a picture of him with a gigantic cardboard fucking camera. That
ridiculous.
is trauma level weird, man. I don't know about this flick, yo. Are you ready to move on to the one sentence I got on Hawkeye 22?
Yeah, go.
Home alone in an apartment building with the bros. Does that not sum that up?
Well, he had a lot more sidekicks.
Well,
the old guy and the pigeon lady in the second one.
But I mean, it was all traps based on, you know, it was traps. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it went way too fast because I'm just like, okay, I recognize that. Oh, they did one of those, they did one of these. So I mean, I just went through all 22 pages of that like in like 4, not even 5 fucking minutes, really. I went back and double checked a couple of panels because I'm like, that looks interesting. I should go back, and it was still 5 minutes. So I don't know, dude. That was fun, but it was super fast fun. Like anytime I have sex.
No.
That's all you got for me? That's all you got for me? Oh, Jesus. I hand you one for free.
I'm never going to encourage your self-abuse. Oh. See what I did there?
I do, in fact.
I had to come up with that on the fly right there. As do most of your dates.
Hello. But now we got a new world, and we can go on to new stories that don't take 65 fucking issues to tell. And, yeah. So, maybe in this new series by Lemire, we can get more issues out per annum.
In the end, what we thought Fractions Hawkeye was going to be as a masterpiece wasn't quite that. It was a fun book, very enjoyable, and it's not quite done yet. There's one more, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, it looks like Barney might be betraying his brother, which...
that could be interesting.
Or, you know, dead. Like, there's a lot going on there.
So, yeah. Do you want to get more liquor, or do you want to go straight to Star Wars 2?
Guess.
Mo liquor. All right, so now that we all lick it up again...
Yay.
Let's talk about Star Wars 2. Wow. Let's start with that. Wow.
I mean, first off, 2 points for having one of the alternative cover artists be the greatest man on Earth, Sergio Aragonés.
You couldn't get happier with that cover, could you? And you know, you should thank me even more, because I saw that cover going for $15 at fucking Emerald. So I got it for cover.
That is true. Which and I'm ecstatic. But let's be fair. In the stuff I gave you, I gave you actually a few Sergio Aragonés.
Yeah.
And one of them was Sergio Aragonés Stomp Star Wars, and that book is like insanely valuable.
I have no idea why, aside from it being great.
It was fun, but yeah, at no point was like this thing. But yeah, look that thing up. It is ridiculous.
All right, I trust you. I believe your ass. But what happens in this book, right, is that Luke confronts Vader and essentially gets spanked because he is not fucking ready for that shit.
Which is awesome in and of itself.
The fight goes very, very badly because his sheer inexperience. Until a walker hijacked by Han and Leia crashes in. Amazing.
Oh my god. And the two of them bickering while they're driving it.
Total greatness, man. That's
so
right
much
on
fun.
right there. And then, the slaves start escaping because that's what you do. But Vader slaughters them because that's what he does. Drives me up the wall. $40 for that. Holy shit. I'm going to go slab that motherfucker. Meanwhile, the scavengers are tearing apart the Falcon, which is just typical. 3PO gets shot. Typical. Luke steals a speeder bike and there's just fucking chaos everywhere. At some point, Vader has to take out a trooper because the guy saw him without his mask. What doesn't this hit?
It's amazing. It's everything you wanted a Star Wars book to be. Like, all the characters are well. The best thing about the Marvel Star Wars is that they've re-envisioned Vader as a badass,
which took long enough.
Like, Dark Horse's inability to do this is the most mind-boggling.
Yeah, they had 20 years to figure it out, man.
Darth Vader shouldn't be inept. Like, that's just like, how do you not get that?
I mean, he was pretty hardcore in Purge, but that's about the only... And the crappy thing about that was Purge was only a grouping of one-shots.
Yep.
So it's not like he had really had a lot of great stories where the villain was a villain, you know? You got the ghost prison where he's constantly fucking up and getting bitched at like a little fucking child.
Yep.
You got... those, you know what? I don't even want to talk about them. I like this one.
So good. So good.
And that leaps directly into Darth Vader 1.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jason Aaron, Kieran Gillen.
I can't believe I didn't buy that damn book.
I don't know how this doesn't happen. I mean, it was inspired to put these two people on these books.
You know what? They're both killing.
Brilliance.
And the nice thing about Darth Vader 1 is there's not a lot of dialogue over the entire issue.
Yeah.
Which is cool because Vader doesn't need, like, Vader, establishing shots, that dude walking by being super badass is all you really need.
He does need to get things out every once in a while. He has to communicate to officers and such, but generally speaking, if he's there to be intimidating and have his way, then yeah, he doesn't need to speak.
Yep.
But what he needs his way to be now is he shows up to Jabba's palace to negotiate a secret side plot, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, no.
Vader's thinking for himself. He's not just the Emperor's fucking towel boy.
Which is awesome. Because,
Yeah.
movie Vader evolved weirdly just in the films alone. Even by Return of the Jedi. When you first see Vader, he's a character.
Yeah.
He's one of the Empire's weapons. He's not the only weapon. By the third one, he's like the end-all, be-all. But in the first one, it's like, Grand Moff Tarkin is able to order him around.
Right. Vader, release him.
And the fact that this is going back to Star Wars and, what's cool about these things, what didn't work in everything. They're reinventing the wheel and making it awesome. And who doesn't want awesome wheels?
Nobody doesn't want awesome wheels.
Exactly.
See, this give and take between Jabba and Vader was... I adored that dialogue.
It was great. They even made Jabba awesome.
And then Jabba allows his guys to attack, and Vader eats shit for the events in Star Wars 1 and 2, but he lost an entire fucking factory planet. You expect a teeny bit of that. I don't expect that this series is going to make that a regular thing.
Right, well, it's hard, and I have to give credit to the fact that it's challenging because Vader always loses.
Yeah.
And even the Marvel series, which we're both insanely sentimental about, it's hard to constantly have the character be the most threatening badass when nothing goes his way ever.
Well, all you really have to do is not have him go up against heroes. You could have him lead any number.
Well, the difference is now... sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But the difference is, if you go back to the Marvel books, not the DC. Reverse that.
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse should have done it better. Marvel books were limited in terms of comic code and whatnot. The villain couldn't really win for most of the Marvel books.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
So, they were constantly going up against, how do we make him threatening if he fails every single time? And they did a pretty good job of not making Vader the joke.
Right.
Darth Vader in The Lost Command
Ugh.
was awful.
That was. I did not like.
I'm not trying to piss on whoever wrote and drew that, but the fact of the matter, like, you're reading that, you're like, no, you just no.
I mean, he didn't. There's no reason he needed to fail, because he wasn't going up against Han and Leia. He wasn't going up against Luke. There was no reason he couldn't have kicked the ever living fuck out of anybody in that book.
And Dark Horse was even able to do that with Boba Fett. They're like, you know what, he can win all this stuff because it doesn't matter.
Right.
But they couldn't let Darth Vader ever win, and I don't understand that.
It drove me nuts. So, Vader hires Fett and a Wookiee to go out and go find the rebels. Now, somewhere along the line, he decides that, you know what, I've had it with Tuskens again. I think I'll take my frustrations out on them one more time. There's all like, really? Tuskens? Different. Okay, I guess.
He doesn't like him.
I don't know why anybody would want to reference Attack of the Clones, but okay.
Hey, they killed his mom. Like, they're not ignoring that those movies exist.
Well,
they're just making the things that happened in them cooler.
Well, all right, I suppose I can see that, but that seems like going back to the well to reestablish badassdom.
Hey, you know what? If he's going to be back on Tatooine and he hates Tuskens, a cool, evil Darth Vader's going to take some time to slaughter a bunch of them.
Okay.
If you think about it...
no, I'm with you.
It's positive.
I'm kind of curious about why a Wookiee would partner with a guy wearing Wookiee pelts, though.
Because they're both uber badasses?
And they both love money?
Yes, well, they're mercenaries and bounty hunters.
I don't know. Wookiees seem a little less... Well, I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that, because it's an entire planet of
this is the first ever evil Wookiee that I can recall.
Yeah.
You've read way more Star Wars horribleness than I have.
I do not remember ever encountering an evil Wookiee.
So this is our first monster Wookiee.
So, I mean, I guess he's got to be looking at it like, well, you know, I have a job to do, and I'm an asshole, so I guess I'll get paid, and whatever he wears is whatever he wears. You know, because...
So Boba Fett wears Wookiee pelts?
Yeah.
I did not
Those
know
braids
that.
on his left shoulder, or his right shoulder, those are Wookiee braids.
And where's that from?
It's just him out hunting fucking Wookiees.
No. Where did you learn that fact from?
Oh, you're going to hate me for even saying this word.
I suspect that, yes.
Wikipedia. And it's totally real. I know a bunch of listeners will know that that's real, but I'm telling you it's real.
No, I believe you, because there's a Muppetpedia, so...
Well, what were they going to name it? They couldn't name it anything but Wikipedia.
But it could simply be a factor that Jason Aaron has not studied up on Boba Fett on Wikipedia.
Well, that certainly could be, but, I mean, he's got... Well, this is Gillen, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe Gillen's too busy researching World War II. But that's just the thing I came up with. I don't think it's not really going to affect the book or nothing.
Yeah, not even a little.
So,
good Lord, you can actually... I typed in Boba Fett Wookiee, and Boba Fett Wookiee braids came up.
Yep.
You can order them. Jesus.
Okay, that's too far. Wearing Wookiee pelts in real life is too fucking far.
At thedentedhelmet.com.
Oh, that's actually a good place. I like that site. I didn't know they sold those, though. Anyhow, Return of the Living Deadpool 1. Let's go to something less controversial. Deadpool.
Jesus Christ.
It's a zombie apocalypse of varieties of Deadpool. Okay, I don't need more varieties of a fucking character.
Well, what it's established for this book, and this we didn't finish Night of the Living Deadpool, the first one.
Yeah.
But apparently, the way he dealt with everything was he allowed himself to be eaten, and all the zombies who ate him turned into zombie Deadpools.
I see.
So now...
Because of his regenerative properties.
Right. So now all the people are living in a world where zombie Deadpools are running around instead of zombies, and they're like, this is not better.
No, it's not better by a long shot. He's minding his own business in a field for some fucking reason, and this girl finds him. And they talk for a very long time. and it didn't really amuse me. And then they fight zombies. Blah.
It wasn't terrible. Like, again, Cullen Bunn is a great writer, and he enjoys writing Deadpool.
Yeah.
This was very much a shit. We should have finished the first one.
You know, I can see that it would be nice to know the setup of it, but I don't know how crucial it might have been. It's hard to tell.
No, absolutely.
Wow. We're an hour 15 already.
Okay, so apparently in the Hutt Gambit of the Han Solo trilogy, Fett meets Terranzoa and is described as having 2 Wookiee scalps on his Mandalorian armor.
Yep.
One black and one white. So it's from the Han Solo trilogy Hutt Gambit story.
That was the 3rd trilogy?
There are a lot of Han Solo trilogies, which is ironic because he's Han Solo, not Han Trilogy.
Moving on to Silk number 1.
Come on, that was amazing.
That was terrible. I don't know where you come up with this shit. Alright, so Silk number 1 opens with Cindy Moon beating the crap out of Dragonclaw, which amused the shit out of me. When was the last time you saw a Dragonclaw?
I don't even remember Dragonclaw.
Exactly. So you know he's a crap villain. I know about Dragonclaw because, once again, I read Official Handbook of the Marvel Universe.
All right, who is Dragonclaw?
Nobody important.
Where was he from?
Nowhere important.
Oh, you're killing me. Like, now
Don't look him up now.
I need to know.
We're busy. Don't look it up now.
Silk.
Spidey swings by and lends a hand, and there's a flashback. We find Cindy was a hockey player and has a very pushy mom, because you can't have an Asian parent without having a pushy fucking mom.
Yeah, again, subtlety is lost here.
Yeah. So now Cindy works for J. Jonah Jameson and pitches a Silk investigation a la Peter Parker.
Dude, was this not like a calmer, warmer J. Jonah, though?
It really is. Well, I mean, after the events of the last 2 events, yeah, I would think so. Eventually he's got to calm down, or he'll just have a fucking coronary. His wife has died. It's got to be occurring to him that he needs to fucking kick back. You know?
Probably. He's J. Jonah Jameson. He does
no,
not kick
that
back.
won't last, but he's also got this new business, so he doesn't want to scare off all his employees, because it's not like he can engender respect by being a giant asshole. The people at the Bugle already had their jobs, so they had no interest in leaving an established newspaper. But this new joint, they're like, fuck it, I've been here 3 months. I can find another goddamn job. I don't have to deal with this.
True that.
So she seems to have a good relationship with her brother, though, which is kind of encouraging.
Dude, you suck.
What?
Dragonclaw has only appeared in Silk 1 and Silk 2.
Are you serious?
You've mistaken him for someone else.
That is not the first time that's happened. Oh, well. But he's obviously a poser, so, I mean, this new superhero who has had her powers for about 35 fucking seconds and still doesn't know how to turn off her iPod beat the shit out of him. So he can't be a victorious fucking historical villain, He can't be anybody important.
I did totally enjoy the fact that she called him a Pokemon and then asked if that was still a thing.
So she kind of determines that she needs to investigate her own family, because where the fuck are they after 10 years?
And of course, the last thing she said to her mom was, I hate you.
Because that's what happens to teen girls and their moms. Something would seem unnatural in comics if somebody actually had a good relationship with their parents. God. That's the kind of forced drama I just don't dig. There are so many avenues to provide craziness and drama with, and they just got to have the fucking parents be one of them. They have to. It's like a compulsion.
That is a trope and a half, my friend.
What is what?
That is a trope and a half.
It is. It's terrible.
Which, again, brings me back to how good Ms. Marvel is, where they throw those things to the side.
Yeah. I mean, Sometimes they're generally irritating to each other, but I really don't think Kamala is ever going to run to her room bawling, "I hate you." I just don't see that in her character.
If they do, it's by a new damn writer.
Yeah, pretty much. You want to finish this off with a triple threat?
No. I love Bendis, and I love him on the X-Men, but at this point, events have eaten this book to where I no longer enjoy it.
Yeah.
I hate to say...
I'm right with you.
I didn't understand a goddamn thing in the first one. The young X-Men team and their friends of old X-Men fight another team of X-Men, and they discover they're both okay.
What?
And
really?
Spider-Man's involved, and Doom's running around.
Well, Doom had to because he was still hanging out with Hank. But they blow up Castle Doom, which is like, holy shit, they blew up Castle Doom.
I love the fact that it took 88 X-Men to take down Doom, because that's the Doom that should be.
That leaves him being noted as a credible threat again, rather than judge, it's fucking Doombot, we don't care.
But yeah, it was so confusing. I just don't care. There's so many damn mutants and stupidness. My brain hurts.
Now, Carmen, whoever the fuck she was the one that was opening all these rifts.
Yep.
We finally get her name, because she's, for 2.5, 3 issues, she's been running around going, and opening rifts and sending people places. Most of the portals she's opening shows the X-Men stuff that they're really not happy seeing. It's kind of scary stuff.
If you were ever to time travel, if you had to go through the lives the X-Men had and actually see this stuff again, you'd be so miserable.
I would shit my pants. I mean,
it's like, no, I don't want that. I turn into a blue thing with wings to kill people, and I date a super hot assassin, and I'm a millionaire, but I hire a guy who hates me and tries to murder me on a regular basis.
Anyhow.
And that's just Angel.
Exactly. Now, Jean and Jean eventually calm her down and get everybody home. Oh, boy. In the next one, Emma takes young Jean to Madripoor to train her telekinesis in the field against Blob. Now, that was a standalone issue, so that one was actually okay.
Yeah, I totally enjoyed that, actually. The Blob being addicted. I love the art style.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good stuff.
And Emma completely owning Jean was awesome. On top of which, the fact that Emma's probably wanted to own Jean. The number of times she's been like, I'm the better psychic, you bitch.
But the last one, 38, was a Guardians team up with a MacGuffin that I just don't give a shit about. I just don't care.
Bendis is very strong. He writes the Guardians well. We enjoyed that book when we were buying it. We had too many books at that point.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I would read a graphic if I found it. I'm curious about what he's been doing with the book. And he jumps right in. You're like, oh, I like Star-Lord in this. I like the way he writes Raccoon. I don't understand any of this. I'm not reading the rest of the Black Vortex. It's just bah.
And I don't want to read the rest of the Black Vortex. If they're going to make me an event, just give me a fucking 4 or 6 or whatever amount miniseries. And if there's Fallout that needs to be in other books, fuck it. There's Fallout that needs to be in other books. But I really despise hey, we're having an event. Go buy this extra book you didn't give a shit about.
No,
I hate that. Despise it.
Too much of this shit. And I just feel like the X-Men is the worst example right now. And then you go back to the Spider-Verse, which really did it amazingly well.
It kept it tight, and it kept it cohesive, and it didn't make me go buy 30 books. Everything that happened, I did not need to buy Spider-Gwen to find out what was going on. I didn't need to buy Silk to know what was going on. There was Fallout through it, but everything was contained enough in Spider-Man where I got what I wanted out of an event, and I didn't need to go other places to get the event.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I mean, they're quick reviews, and I apologize for that. But the X-Men, as much as I love Bendis, and if you go back a couple years my Bendis raving. It's all over the place on these things. He's one of my favorite writers of all time, and his X-Men run has been excellent. We're reading X-Men books for the first time in years.
I gave up with Onslaught.
I gave up before Onslaught.
I got a couple of graphics here and there when I heard that Morrison was doing it before I understood that Morrison was a goddamn lunatic.
I did have the new X-Men Morrison stuff, but I gave all that to you. And I pretend that I never owned it.
I grabbed a couple here and there. When I heard Fraction was on it, I grabbed some of his stuff.
I intend to go back, having read, you have all 4 of the Whedon ones, which you really liked. I need to find, I have the first 2, I have to get the other 2. And I'd like to read some of the Gillen period, and I want to read more of the Aaron stuff that he did, based on...
Yeah. So there's bright spots that have potential. But since 96, I haven't felt compelled to get it.
Not even a little.
Nope. And he kind of broke ground on this and went back and forth. He showed us some really neat shit. But now it's just tailing off again.
I don't know if it's because he's done, or if he's moving on, or if it's just the X-Men eventually become so convoluted.
Like usual.
And, dude, the amount of time travel they've done in just this amount of time is insane.
If they'd have stayed away from that, I feel that this would have gone a whole lot better.
I don't think you can write the X-Men at this point without time travel. I mean, obviously...
Probably not.
Well, obviously, this particular arc required it.
Yeah. But, it only needs 2 trips.
Them showing up.
And them going home.
If ever. Honestly... Them being here has made better X-Men stuff, and he found a way to return to the core of the original team of 5 that is just seriously impressive.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed a lot of it. There was a lot of ways that this is a really excellent book for 30 or so issues.
I have to say, though, as much as I love what he's done with the new team, consistently, because of all the other aspects only being a part of it, I prefer at this point the Bendis Bacalo X-Men book than this
Uncanny.
one. Uncanny, yeah. I think that's more fun, more consistently comprehensible.
Yes.
And what they're doing with Cyclops has been way more interesting than this convoluted, confusing horseshit. Particularly with the amount of time travel in this one, and the amount of them separating and having independently confusing shit.
And they've had. I don't know, how many threads have they just started and abandoned?
Well, that is X-Men classic. Right there.
But they usually give them a little more. I mean, Claremont would take 6-8 panels per issue over 9 issues, and then it would become the main thread.
Well, I think you're forgetting...
Yes?
Exactly how many threads he left open by the end. You're thinking of classic period. You're thinking 200 to 300.
Yeah.
But if you go on past that, by the end, there was so much convoluted shit that never went anywhere, and so many X-Men.
Which is
just think about Bishop and how much you hate Bishop.
Fuck a Bishop.
But think about how many little notes on that guy, or Gambit storylines that never went anywhere.
I never did like Gambit. At any rate, we're devolving here. It's been an hour and a half. I think that's plenty.
Bless you, fuckers.
And away.
The Mean Geek is recorded live at the Reverend Mad Duck's apartment whenever the hell we can get to it. Find us on Facebook, Stitcher, Twitter under @TheMeanerGeek. Subscribe to us through RSS.
Or we can be located at our own site, www.themeangeek.com. And most importantly of all, you can find us as a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
Email us directly at themeanergeek@gmail.com.
Can I drink now?
You may.